Okay, Animal Nitrate by Suede. Now, the man himself, Bernard Butler's done a sort of play-along kind of tutorial for this, but I've actually been asked to do the tutorial also by Rob, and you know who you are. It's just to go into a bit more detail, I suppose, and to I guess to finish off, do the outro and such, and the solo. Right, okay, so let's start controversially and say that it's not standard tuning, I don't think. When I tried playing along to the song, it's definitely not. You're just that a little bit higher, and it's only a little bit too. It's not a massive amount. So I'm playing this in drop tuning. So now I'm going to explain how I get the drop tuning. So if you want to fast forward a minute and a half or whatever it might be, because it's quite difficult. It's so you got your E string. We're going to tune it down, but it's not. It's only a quarter step, I would call it. So if that's your tuner and you've got that as your E note, when you tune it down, it gradually goes down, then it comes up the other side, and it goes to a D sharp, and then it carries on to a D eventually. You know, that's your drop D tuning. But what we're going to do is we're just going to come down till it gets to the very end of that scale, as it's almost coming up the other side. So between the two sides, before it gets to the D sharp. So either very much to that end or very much to that end, whichever way you want to go, and that's where you're going to stop. So that's so if that's a half step, the D sharp, then that bit at the very end of each scale is going to be a quarter step. That's what I would call it anyway. You call it what you want, but that's what I'm going to call it, a quarter step. So all the strings have got to be tuned down a quarter step. So all strings down to the end of that scale. So you got your E down to a between that and a D sharp. And so on and so forth through all the strings. So if you fast forwarded and you're just playing open tuning, well, that's up to you, but you're not going to sound, as you play along to me, you're going to sound a little bit different. So don't be lazy, tune it down. Right, after doing all that, the intro. So it's a B minor to start with, 2-2-4-4-3-2. We'll do some hammer-ons as well, but don't worry about that at the moment. An A. 0-0-2-2-2, and I want to get a bar on there, so I can hammer on this string. Then it's well, he calls it a G, but I don't actually know what it is. But I suppose when you make the hammer on it, makes it almost into a G. But it's the third fret of the E string and the second fret of the B string. Can you see that? All right, that's it. That's the only two strings, and you're going to hammer on this. You're going to hammer on that B string at the third fret. And the last chord, excuse me, is a E minor. 0-2-2-0-0. So you got okay, let's put that guitar up and stop dropping it down, Stephen boy. So it's this hammer on. Okay. Before you start, you do one strum first. And there's kind of these in between. And after the first one, you do this little run. So it's from the third fret to the fifth on the B. And it's a full B minor. Now the reason I'm doing that is because there's more than one guitar playing that part. There's a couple of guitars, and there's another one that comes in on this next bit. Now you don't have to add that. You can just play the straight. You can just carry on playing that if you want. But there is this other guitar part that you can kind of add to your part if you want to. So the second time you come through, you play the B minor full on. Then when you get to that G, you can take that B right up to the 7th fret. You don't have to do that, as I say, but that's because there's another guitar playing over the top. That's actually what's happening. And that's how you finish. And that's the only time you're going to play it. So there you go. That's the intro. Right, the verse. It's got it on the treble. On the here's the treble, isn't it? The treble pickup. So it's going to hit that A string on the 2nd fret. So it's this B minor you've still got on. Take it off, and then put the bar on the A, and then add the little finger to the 5th fret, being the E string. So it's. You do this hammer-on bit. So you can change it around a little bit. Okay, got that bit. And then on the last one of that, it's. Do it again. The open string at the end. Okay. Finish the verse and you come into the chorus. We're going to go to this D shape. Well, I'm going to use a D shape, but you're not actually using a D, but you can make it fuller by playing the D. That's what you're going to do. Okay, so that's that G string. You're going to play on this 7th to 9th on the D. Then go on to the G string. Put the bend on. Then back again. I'll play that all again, so So it's a bar on the 7th fret. Add the little finger to the 10th, the B and the E strings. It's an A, but it's a 00765. Add the little finger to the 7th fret of the E, and take that same shape down to that, like F. Is that F major 7? Finish on the C. Okay. Now this is definitely going to have to be in 2 parts. So, right, you do another verse, another chorus, just the same. Finish off, and then we're into the solo.